Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kelly Reviews. I'm Kelly. That's Scott.
Yep.
Oh,
There's Cass. Bark, bark, bark.
yeah,
Yes.
there is Cass for sure. Let's see how much I can do on my battery power.
Live show Saturday.
How are you doing?
Well, Wednesday I got stuck. Wednesday I was in Pennsylvania in the Harrisburg area, and I got
Okay.
stuck in the remnants of Hurricane Ida. So I had rain all the way from Pittsburgh to Harrisburg. I had rain all day Wednesday, and when I got up at 5 to get ready to leave, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, there was a 50-mile detour because the road was flooded and closed. I'm like, I'm not driving a detour at night with rain and flooding. So I called work and said, no mas, no mas. And they said, well, what are you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna leave get up around 3 in the morning. There's a couple alternate routes I could take, but I want to wait until the rain passes by.
Yeah.
So they said, fine. So I woke up at 3. I checked the websites. I checked all the information. It still showed the 50-mile detour, the toll road closed. So I took off on this other route, and I called the guy who runs the opposite days that I do. I let him know about the detour. And I asked, how are the roads? He said, how's the detour? I said, oh, there was no detour. The roads were clear. Really? Because when I looked, they were closed. He said, well, maybe they didn't update the website. So that put me really off on my normal schedule. So Thursday was fun. I got to work in the daylight, which only told me why I don't like working during the day. And then I got up at midnight to drive back out to Harrisburg, and now with the weekend, I'm finally getting back on schedule.
Yay!
So
The schedule we're used to.
yes. And I got today is laundry day, and I realized the Tide Pods I have, which by the way I use for clothes like they're supposed to. I sat my bottle of hydrogen peroxide in the bucket because I was moving things. I didn't have the cap secured.
Uh-oh.
So I got to buy laundry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but I do mean to laugh.
Go ahead. I take a look. It's like, really,
I'm sorry.
They're all. I want to take a look because they're all foaming.
I bet they are.
I'm waiting for some life to grow out of it.
Do you believe that there are no accidents in life? There are only.
Well, my life is governed by the yin-yang principle. For every action, there's an equal opposite. Unfortunately, with me, it's if I do good, there's bad that has to happen to offset the good. I don't know why, but there is. But it's never an even amount. It's not like I do a little bit of good, then there's a little bit of bad. There's always just bad. It's never just minor. So it's like when I do something good, it's like, oh crap, I did something nice today. Now what's gonna happen?
Yeah. I honestly believe everything is meant to be. Everything is meant to be. Whether it's good or bad in life. If it's bad or something, it's going to prepare you for what you're about to encounter or endure. So I believe, honestly, whether whatever it is that happens in your life.
And we lost Kelly. I guess it's me that can do whatever we have in life. We have there's good, there's bad. They say things happen for a reason. You miss your train. You end up having to take a bus to work. You meet somebody who works with you or does things you don't know. So yeah, there's things that happen. So it is something. But now I'm gonna have to monologue because I don't know where Kelly went. So, but today's been a fairly good day. I'm out here in Goshen, Indiana, and this is my weekend. I get today and tomorrow off. I picked up my food for the weekend. And with my diabetes, I got to make sure I pick up the right type of food and everything else. And, so that's always fun trying to buy healthy stuff and it won't, that's always
Oh
the hard
my
part.
God. All
So-
I did was wipe off the part of my laptop here and I just went.
Hold on, I'm
completely
being back.
What?
I talked to you about being here Saturday, Sunday. Before I checked out.
Hi, everybody. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you talk to me, but I do have room to
Oh.
Okay.
make it, no problem.
Okay.
But I see, as soon as I see the truck, I was like, let me go outside and talk to you, because oh, that's okay. It's not a big deal.
All
I
right.
have it before I rooms for 3 o'clock. I just want to make
Okay,
sure.
you behave. Sit down.
Okay.
I'll go.
Want to try this one?
All right. Well, thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Everything okay?
Yeah, wee bit of confusion. Excuse me. Did I cover the logo? So there's no. Oh, good. No one
I don't
knows.
think you have to worry about copyright or brand.
Anyway. Anyway, so no, I'm at the hotel I usually stay at.
Okay.
And normally I make my reservations online, but when I left last week, I said I'll be back here next Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And the girl said, good. So she saw me pulled in and she's looking at the register going, I don't see him here. So she came running out to find out if I had a reservation. I said, well, sure, I talked to you. She said, oh, well, good thing I held a room for you when I saw you come in. So otherwise I have to scramble for another hotel.
Wow. People are
Yeah.
crazy. It really is.
I just I didn't really register the room or reserve it. I just told her I'll be back. Like Arnold, I'll be back. But then again, this is how my life is. It's this is why I can't write my biography, because if I wrote my life story, it would be published as fiction. Because nobody would believe this stuff really happens.
Yeah. Well, honestly, our lives are stranger than fiction.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
was actually the only Will Ferrell movie I really liked. I mean,
is that Will
Ferrell?
Ferrell in there? No, it can't be Will
Yeah.
Ferrell. The guy
Yeah,
that,
Will Ferrell.
that plays an elf.
Yeah, Stranger Than Fiction is he's a man who realizes he's a fictional character. His life
Okay.
is actually that of an author. And
I
the
wouldn't mind
author,
seeing that again then.
it's actually, I mean, Will Ferrell for me is terribly hit and miss, but this movie he actually acts. He's actually able to control himself. And he finds out he's a fictional character in this guy's book. And they actually meet. And the author's like, oh, you're not going to like my books. Finds out that the author takes the main character and kills him at the end of the book. That's how he ends up all his books. The main character gets killed in some horrible fashion.
It's not funny. It's not funny. I laugh at really inappropriate or sadistic things. So, yeah. I'm in a number of books right now. I really am. I'm in a number of books. I usually only read one book at a time. Usually. Oh, by the way, this means a lot to me. This really does. Yeah, it's a little black book.
I don't know what that is, so it looks like a little black.
It's an Amazon Kindle. It's an Amazon Kindle. Because when you open it up, you get the Kindle. Anyway, it means a lot to me because my mother bought it for me for my graduation. Oh no, it wasn't graduation. It was for Christmas of 2000. 2012, I believe it was. Anyway, I'm making a reprise of it because I really don't find. One more. Sit. I really don't read a lot of books on e-readers and stuff because I honestly prefer the real thing because I'm in front of screens all day. So I really, but the one book that I'm actually involved in, or I'm going to be getting involved in, is, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's Artemis Fowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that book. It, I'm really not into those types of books, but the premise sounded really interesting,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try it.
Since we're talking about things, I've got Donna's tablet.
Oh wow!
She taped up the front of it so she could touch it and stuff without leaving
Oh, I was
marks.
gonna say, is it broke?
No, she just put tape on it.
Oh, okay.
No, so I got her
Does it
tablet.
work?
So I can go. Yeah, it works. I can go. I'm going through. I'm keeping some of her games active and stuff.
Okay.
I don't play like 90% of the games she has on here, but a couple of them I want to keep active because they were games we played. And I go to her Facebook thing. I get messages. Why are you online? You're dead. It's me. I'm just up there.
Can I suggest something to you?
Yes.
Get a protector for it.
I got tape on the front of it.
No. A protector. I'll show you what I mean. I'll be right back.
And she's off. Dun, 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 dun. We need traveling music for when you leave.
I'm
Maybe
sorry. I didn't mean. I didn't know that I would have to do this.
I'm gonna make
want
it.
to do
I'm
this.
gonna make it. I'm gonna make a Kelly sock puppets. When you do that, it's like, hello, I'm still here.
This is my little computer. It's a tablet.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm talking about, a protector.
Oh, okay.
I have a Samsung little computer, and my life is almost on this thing. So anyway, my point is that, get a protector. I got mine for $30.
Okay.
So
well, I gotta go to
just
Walmart
a
to buy
suggestion,
laundry soap. So.
not a demand, not advice. I'm not telling you have to do it. I'm just suggesting. That's all.
It's okay. That's better than the one lady said about wanting to have sex. She said I could have sex as long as I brought protection. So I showed up with my German Shepherd Bruno, and she wasn't happy. I'm like, why? He's a good dog. He'll keep people away. I don't know why she wanted.
You are a fool. You are a fool. You are a fool. Yeah. Another book. There was the librarian, actually. Yeah, the librarian was telling me, because I like books or novels or novellas, literature of the LGBTQ persuasion or LGBTQ plus persuasion. And she says, okay, do you like that stuff? Okay, that's fine. And then she told me about this book.
On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy, he writes a lot of poems to his mother. Sit.
Oh, okay.
Sit. Good girl. So, on the front of it says your mother, Ma, you're also a monster, but so am I, which is why I can't turn away from you. So on here it says, on Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous is a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read. Written when the speaker, the little dog, is in his late 20s. The letter unearths a family history that began before he was born. A history whose epicenter is rooted in Vietnam and spans to Hartford, Connecticut, and serves as a doorway into parts of his life his mother has never known. All of it's leading to unforgettable revelation. At once a witness to a fraught yet undeniable love between a single mother and a son. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous is a brutally honest exploration of race, class, masculinity, asking questions central to our American moment immerses we are in addiction, violence, and trauma, but undergirded by compassion, tenderness. It is as much about the power of telling one's own story as it is about obliterating silence of not being heard.
That's interesting.
And when I was getting into it, every one of these, there's literally no chapters. Actually, maybe there is. Hold on, maybe there is. No chapters. I mean, when you go into the next page,
Yeah.
am I getting this right? Okay.
Oh, you're getting it. I know. It's like, I know what you mean.
There's no chapter. I mean, it's like, okay. Well, anyway, most of it, if not all of it, well, they're letters, they're poems, all that jazz.
All right.
And I'm thinking it is beautiful. It really is. You might find this funny. I kind of find it funny. It's like, really? And that's why I mentioned to you that there are no mistakes in life. Everything we do, good or bad, it shows us it. I mean, whatever we do or whatever we forget to do, it's a part of who we are.
Right.
No, don't even think about it. And I was thinking I took this book. No, you're doing this like you did last time. That's why we put the desk the other way. No.
Are you having a problem?
Yes. Because if you look, this is the window.
Yes.
That's a window, and she likes looking outside the window.
Okay.
And usually she gets naughty, really naughty and obnoxious because there's a cat next door.
Oh.
And the cats roam around here like
he wants to bark at the cat.
She wants to bark, yes. And they act like they're kings and queens, they're goddesses and they're gods. It's like no.
Well, that's like a friend of mine had a really thick book on cats and Egyptians and stuff. And I asked him, I said, so you finished this book. It took you about 6 months to finish it. And so, do you know why Egyptians worship cats? He said, for all of their great accomplishments and deeds and stuff, they were stupid people. The cats.
You're talking about the animals or
stupid? The Egyptians.
Why were they stupid people?
Because the cat snookered them. It's like for all their great accomplishments, they worship cats, and the cats could care less. Cats snookered them into it.
So that book that I was talking to you, well, I was kind of alluding to, that's this book.
Sunny Hostin, I Am These Truths. Okay.
Yeah, she is one of the ladies from The View.
Oh, okay.
And what did she put on here? This is more like a memoir type. She says, the question, what are you, has followed Sunny Hostin from the beginning of her story. As she grew up half Puerto Rican and half African American, raised by teenage parents in the South Bronx. The escape from poverty and the turbulence of her early life through hard work, a bit of luck, and earning academic scholarships of college and law school, Sunny immersed herself in the workings of criminal justice. In Washington, D.C., Sunny became a federal prosecutor, soon parlaying her wealth of knowledge of the legal system into a successful career as a legal journalist. She was one of the first national reporters to cover Trayvon Martin's death, which her producers erroneously labeled just a local story. Today, an inescapable voice from top echelons of news and entertainment. Sunny uses her platform to advocate for social justice in her signature unholds barred, straight up style. Sunny opens up, reflecting on her intimate struggles with her fertility, personal turmoil, and high stakes cases and stories she worked as a prosecutor and during her time on her during her time at CNN, Fox News, ABC, and The View. Timely, poignant, and moving.
Now, I used to watch The View when it first came out, all those
Okay.
millions of years ago.
Yeah.
With Barbara Walters. I liked it then because it had a unique cast and stuff. But then the show became too popular amongst itself, and they started getting changing people, and I just lost interest because I really liked Star Jones, and once they got rid of her, I just lost interest at that point.
Well, in my opinion, the truth is that The View is going to be political no matter what. And that's fine. That's fine. Everyone has their belief and everyone has their opinion.
Well, I like Star Jones for a number of reasons. No, so that, but well,
Yeah, she's beautiful inside and out. What in fact, if you look on it on YouTube, you'll see that she didn't unless you really look hard for it. The one episode on The View that she's talking to Barbara Walters on her right hand side. I think she was on her right hand side, and she's like, well. It came to a shock to all of the table, including Barbara Walters on the right, saying that she would not continue on with the next season because it's going a different way than she wanted it to. And she also, she lost a lot of weight. I think she have a heart attack?
I don't really know that much. I just know that I just know her from the show.
Because she was gaunt. She was very, oh my gosh, she was like flesh and bone. She was. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I saw, and I was thinking, well, okay. And then, in the older mobile home that we lived in, my mother and I both loved watching The View every day like clockwork, and the one thing that got to both of us, like clockwork,
yeah.
That was weird. You have feedback or you have playback?
It's an echo.
Okay. Was basically the cackling hen syndrome. The cackling hen syndrome. Have you ever heard of cackling hens?
No.
Well, we both thought the same thing. It's like, yeah, when they all talk at the same time, it's cackling hens.
Okay.
It's like, well, one's talking over the other, and it continues to gravitate further, and no one can hear anybody else, let alone the audience, let alone anyone that's actually watching The View at the time. The studio audience probably can't hear you, let alone the people that are actually watching you from home can't hear you either. So after that, there was a comment section of the actual views of the actual show during that time, and it's like, they stopped doing that. So we put together, I'm like, well, why don't you put it online, Cal? I'm like, okay, fine. So I put it online saying, you guys sound like a bunch of cackling hens. Shortly after that comment section was completely removed from the website. It's like, oh, you guys don't really want to hear it. Got it. Not a problem.
I kind of have the opposite effect with things. some of my Facebook groups revolve around a music group that I really like, and also one of the singers I really like. And I've written I've posted stuff on their Facebook group meant to, bring conversations out mainly from the band or one particular person. I think of all the messages I've sent, only twice she has commented to me.
Yeah.
But then I did kind of a comical fluff piece once. The band had a concert, and 2001 they had a concert in New York Central Park. And during one of the songs, somebody throws a pair of underwear on stage. And the girls see it, they walk up to it, they're looking at it, they kick it off. This song finishes, and the lead singer says, "Whoever threw their soiled underwear up here, that's disgusting." And it's like, yeah, that's disgusting. This is horrible. And I wrote this little fluff piece saying, it's been 20 years since this happened, and still we don't know who this person is. And of course, the band responds, "Was that you, Scott? Are you admitting it? Huh? Was that your dirty underwear?" Like, really? of all the things for them to respond, it has to be that. So it's like, no, it's not mine. It's like anything I would have. It's like I'm trying to figure out how do I respond, which doesn't make me sound like a, I don't know what to say. Yeah. But I don't need that kind of reputation. It's like, it wasn't mine. I was nowhere near New York. I have proof.
The View, though.
Yes.
The View, honestly, I'm glad McCain's off The View. I really am. I really am. Just my opinion. I might be alone, or I might be full of a group of people that didn't really care. I'm glad she's supportive of LGBTQ plus community. I'm happy she's an ally and a progressive in that manner. But everything else sucks.
Well, the comment section now is blowing up because of what you said. I'm looking at the messages. It's the thousands of messages right now. It's
I don't see any messages. You are so full of crap. I'm like, wow, really?
I just love the look on your faces. You're like, what are you looking at? Because I'm looking at us.
You're so full of crap.
I'm looking at us.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I could do the same damn thing, I guess.
No, because I was looking to see. It's like whenever we start, I usually I bring up this thing on my phone so I can see if there's how many of our wonderful viewers are there and what comments they're making and stuff. So
you're making me want to look.
Go ahead.
You are. You are so making me want to look.
You're such a voyeur right now.
Ooh.
Yes.
Big word.
Yeah, I know. Then I can just spell it though.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want because this is my last video that I did. Whoops, there we go.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I actually changed a lot. I didn't change the video, but I did change a lot. In my editing or in my comments, not comments, but my description. Yeah. I did a lot of changing with that. In fact, I put chapters in there because a lot of people don't really give a rat's.
Right.
But sit, right? Sit, good girl. A lot of people don't give a rat's about whatever. So it's like, well, you know what? Fine, not a problem. So I put chapters in every single section of what I'm talking about, whether it be books or movies. So enjoy.
Speaking of movies, I'm watching a rather strange movie.
Are you?
Yeah. It's called Mega Python versus Gatoroid. It was made way back in the days of when the Sci-Fi Channel was cranking out really bad sci-fi movies that were mostly monster movies. And what makes this movie interesting is because it stars.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. I gotta put this on mute.
Is because it stars.
Hold on a second. Hold on. There we go.
Here we go. Okay, wait for the delay to catch up. I know. I had the
It's
same
funny
problem.
watching myself delay.
Yeah, there's a delay. It's like, why am I saying something? Why am I saying something? Yes. No,
Anyways,
Mega Python versus Gatoroid. It's a really bad sci-fi movie made by the Asylum, which cranked out these things every week or so. They cranked out a really, they did the Mega Shark movies and all this other stuff. You can find it online. But what struck me with this movie is it stars Debbie Gibson and Tiffany.
Debbie Gibson, who?
And Tiffany.
Oh, like, I think we're alone now.
Yes, the two of them. They play opposite.
I don't think anybody. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. I think we're alone now. What is the rest of the lyrics?
Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Doesn't seem to be any. Huh?
Don't ask why I know
Yes.
these things. I should know, but no. It's available on Tubi, Tubi. If you go to that app, you can find it.
Yes, I just honestly yesterday. No joke. Yesterday, I just added my profile information, and because my thought is that if I did that, it would give me suggestions based on recommendations on what I've seen on that specific platform. I'm hoping that's the way it works.
Yeah, but no. So it's like I'm watching that movie, and it is fun. It is just weird. Debbie Gibson plays Debbie Gibson's a blonde, and she plays a scientist trying to save the reptiles in this swamp. And Tiffany is the local sheriff who is trying to keep people from going into the place and shooting. You can't shoot the alligators anymore. Well,
I was looking for a pen because I want to write it down.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Do not lean like that in front of the camera.
Why? Well, it's not like you can see down my shirt.
But still, it's like you've got them right in front. I mean, now if this is a perk for being a member with Kelly, all for that. I've told you before, if you're going to do things like that, at least charge people to.
Oh, heck yeah. No, it's not going to be R-rated or even PG. It might be PG rated based on the vernacular
there's a reason I don't stand straight up when I stand up. I tend to step out.
That still reminds me of Connie Chung. You remember? I can't remember what was it on Friends that they actually, those two guys, was it Joey and not Kristen Chandler?
Yeah. Okay.
They got up on the chair and actually looked down on while Connie Chung was doing her what do you call it?
Thing.
Her broadcast, and they were looking at her down there. It's like, you guys are pervs.
I don't watch Friends.
My point is that gave me that idea. It's like, oh,
This was kind of like, well, let me see what I can find here, and it's just like, I got my eyes.
I don't do those kind of shows.
Right.
I don't. Nope. Sorry, I'm not. I'm no PORN star.
Oh, speaking of which, I heard this on the news this morning. This is, by the way, related. I'm not just writing this out so I can talk about sex. With the craziness that happened in Texas a couple days ago.
What craziness?
The Texas Republicans passed a law not outlawing abortion, but you can't have it after 6 weeks. But if someone does, any civilian can sue them and make $10,000 out of it. There's even a hotline that was set up that you could call, and people flooded it with Shrek porn.
I'm divided on that. I'm divided on
like
that.
weeks.
I really am.
And they're saying, well, the law is called a fetal heartbeat law because at 6 weeks you get a thump, 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 thump. But it's not actually, there's not enough cells to actually have a heart. You've got a functioning something making a noise. But it's just really, but yeah, it's creating all kinds of, but it's created a series of bounty hunters now where you could, if, say, you needed an abortion and you lived in Dallas, if you called an Uber driver to drive you to get an abortion, you were past the 6 weeks, the people could sue the Uber guy for driving you there. And if they won the case, they got $10,000 out of it. They couldn't sue you directly. They could sue people who helped you get the abortion, like the Uber driver, the doctor, or any friend you called to get the number for the Uber guy. It's really, really weird.
I'm divided on that issue. I really am. I'm Democrat. I'm liberal. I'm part of LGBTQ plus community. I mean, really, I voted for Biden. There was no way in hell I would ever vote for the person that left the White House for good, hopefully. And that's my view. In my opinion, there are Republicans, there are what do you call it? Trump Republicans, there are conservative Democrats, there are liberal Democrats, and there are independent Democrats. So there's like 6 different types of political views and independents. Sorry. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. But yeah, I'm divided with. Go ahead.
This was passed, and the Supreme Court had until midnight Tuesday to stop this, and there was a 5-4 vote, 5 to just let the thing pass, 4 to try to stop it. And it came like at the dead of night during what's known as the what do they call it? It's like a secret. It's not a secret docket, but it's where instead of taking like months to make decisions, they make these really fast things.
That's the second time this has happened now.
There's supposed to be an emergency, like if there's an emergency happen and you need the Supreme Court to okay something, it's not a rocket docket. It's called something else. But
well, it's nothing. It's very similar to the lame duck session that they held.
It's something for you. Well, it's something for you to look up at.
Yeah, I will. It kind of pisses me off because it's like, Republicans, if they want it a certain way, they're gonna push it through, without any type of Democrats. Apparently that's a swear word nowadays. Being a Democrat or a liberal, that's a very big swear word, at least to the Republicans' point of view. But every time that they need to push something through or they want to push something through, they have to literally do it. Shh, don't talk to anybody about this. No. Because guess what? If they actually broadcast it and made it light of air or light of day, shit would come down big time.
So now there's a big trying to figure out what to do about this because there's 25 states now that are poised to, have copycat rules.
They're just, it's ugly. It really is. It's ugly.
I didn't mean to bring you down, but I thought I would mention that.
Well, no, I'm happy you did. I mean, it makes me a little bit on fire. It really does.
I think it's that this is the group that's saying that it's it's like the whole mask and vaccine thing. It's our body, our choice. Except if you're a woman, then it's not your choice or your body anymore. We're going to make decisions for you.
Well, with the mask referendum and keeping yourself safe.
Yes.
It's my choice, my body, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you want COVID, if you want to die, by all means, that's your choice. That's your choice. That's the liberty, that land of liberty that we live in. We can make that choice. Well, we have government stepping in. It's like, you know what? Whatever. I mean, I got my COVID shot shots or my COVID vaccines, and it's like, you know what? Whatever. You guys want to believe one person or one institution over something else. Whatever. You guys can make your decisions, and if something happens, well, what happens if? You got to make your own decision.
That's,
As for me, I got my vaccines. I'm healthy. I stay dormant, living in the house, quarantining myself, or isolation rather, not quarantining. But you know what? Because we live in Wisconsin, and when Governor, what's his name? Governor,
Evers.
yeah, him. When he put that in place back in March of 20,
Yes.
he was protecting us. There's a lot of, what's the word, controversy on that. It's like,
Oh,
really, so if a Republican would have been in office and he or she would have said the same damn thing, oh shit wouldn't have even hit the fan then.
I like how Rachel Maddow talks about Earth 1 and then Earth 2, and how different Earth 2 is with all the because Earth 1 is where we live, Earth 2 is where all the Republican mindset lives.
I never heard of it that way, but okay.
Yeah. So she'll say, here on Earth 1, we, wear a mask, we take our shots, we stay 6 feet apart. On Earth 2, no. They yell and scream about liberties, and it's the same thing when seatbelts when the seatbelt laws first started back in the 80s. The idea of wearing a seatbelt, people said it affects my freedom and liberties and my God-given rights to. And once the laws, and it was the same arguments we hear today that were said back during the seatbelt times. But once the laws passed, people began wearing seatbelts.
Oh, because they actually have to, what's the word, abide or conform.
But today, putting on a seatbelt is no big thing. It's, but now wearing masks, and I sat down and figured out, okay, here's our our Bill of Rights, our constitutional rights. The only right I can see wearing a mask affects is the freedom of coherent speech. I mean, you're free to speak, but you don't sound like this sometimes. That's only right it affects. It doesn't affect, any of your other rights. I've still got my Second Amendment rights. I still got my right against illegal search and seizure. But it's like, I don't see how they say this against my rights. It's like, what right? No. I mean, there's signs at stores say no shirt, no shirt, no suit, shoes, no service. People don't yell and scream about that.
I'm going to ask you a very philosophical, weird question right now.
Question away.
Has life really changed?
In what aspect?
In any aspect. I don't care. I don't care the political philosophy that you have, the understanding of what your life is, but does life really change?
I had a traumatic, life-changing experience last year that's changed the way I look at things and do things. But as far as my, political leanings and stuff go, they haven't changed. But I've had personal experiences, personal things happen. I've had to make changes to myself. But as far as, activities and stuff, I've got like 3 or 4 masks in the truck. I try to keep, distance from people. I use DoorDash and stuff for food and things. So, I do what I can to try to help.
Well, what I meant by does life really change? I meant as a worldview, as the bigger view, the bigger picture. In my opinion, no, life does not change.
I worry about us more as a species now than I did before.
Well, evolution will change, yes. But Philosophically speaking, no, life does not change. We evolve, but we don't change. We adapt, but we don't change. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense, but evolution though is a form of change, and and
It's a
adapting
form
to,
of change, yes,
but it's
but
adapting to a new.
it all depends on your philosophy, your what's the word, your angle at it, your perception of it. That's what it really is. But
Well,
life really does not change.
no, but I've come to realize with the vaccine, everything, and this is gonna sound callous, but this is the way I feel about it. One of two things is going to happen. Either we need to reach about 85% of the U.S. population vaccinated in order to really have a.
That's not going to happen.
Well, here's how I figure there's one of two ways.
Because at least less than half of the country is Republican.
No, but here's here's how I figure. I figure one of two ways it'll happen. Either there'll be a traumatic experience where people who have not been vaccinated suddenly realize they had better get vaccinated, or enough of the unvaccinated die off, and we reach 85% that way. I'm more worried about the second part than I am the first part happening.
The truth is, in my opinion, I have to preface it that way. My opinion is that, you know what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they get back, whoever get vaccinated or not. It's just it's a matter of course. It's what's going to happen, and it's like, well, you have life, liberty, and freedom. Fine, put that on one shelf. Not a problem. Not that we're going to take it away, but we're just going to put it on the side for a little bit. My point is that you're not going to get people all together. Just like Biden, when he first started, his office running, the very, after that bullshit storm that happened on the 6th of January. Oh my God, that. I mean, you don't see that shit ever in the United States. You might see that in different countries, but not in the United States. Well, anyway, my point is that you're not going to get people to come together as a United States at all. You aren't. That's my opinion, though. It's the United States for a reason, because we all believe in the commonwealth of people and common good of people. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to get a United States. You're really not. Because people are going to have every other person's opinion, and they're going to have their own opinion and belief. But my point is that no one's going to be ever united. You might have groups, but you're not going to have a United States.
The last time we had something close was during the polio scare. There was a vaccine created then. And there was a huge government push to get people vaccinated. And there wasn't a huge pushback against it. There was pockets that were hard to get to and stuff. But people did realize we need to band together, get these shots, because polio was just a terrible thing. Before we were able to really make it today, where it's gone. And because before children go to school, they have to have like 7 or 8 vaccines, and they have to have a card that shows the vaccines they have before they get to kindergarten. And that's not a problem today, getting those. Polio, mumps, measles,
mumps, and rubella.
Yeah, MMR.
Yeah, I got that in 6th grade.
Yeah, so but having to get all those before you attend school or get to a certain point. But now we have this going on, which is affecting everybody in the bloody world. There's a huge pushback for it.
I think it's It's not, well, it's similar, not the same thing, but it's somewhat similar to the AIDS and HIV epidemic
Mhm.
back in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s,
Yes.
when everyone was so scared of it. They called it the gay disease later on. And it's like, oh my God, it wasn't a gay disease then, it's not a gay disease now. But, you know, when you had very limited amount of information about it, you get scared, you get pensive, you get uptight, apprehended,
It was called the gay
or
disease
apprehension.
because the majority of the victims were homosexuals. There were a few heterosexuals on the outlier, but it was mostly just this one community.
So gay
you
men
would have,
get it,
yeah, because you have
or
guys.
gay women get it.
Yeah, well, you would get sometimes bisexuals. You know, a guy and a guy pair off, and a guy goes home to his girl and does something, and she gets it. It was an ugly affair. You know,
I honestly, I believe that back then, just like now, not the subjects are different, yes, but the comprehension, the understanding is much similar. We didn't have enough information when the time came to make an executive decision. We actually have scientists, Dr. Fauci, that still leads that situation, and it's like, well, we have better knowledge, we have better science nowadays than we had 40 years ago.
I mean, and science is not in the early stages of something going on. Everything is fluid. You don't get real concrete stuff till later in the course of the examination, and that's what causing a lot of people to scream, to say, "Wait a minute, you said this was, when you said this thing, now you're saying something else." Well, yeah, something has changed to make this no longer viable.
Yeah.
That's like if you look at cigarette ads in the '70s, where it's like, 9 out of 10 doctors prefer Camels. There were, doctors, and yes, the one preferred woman, but no, but still, you would get where medical people were promoting the healthiness of smoking and stuff, and later we realized that it's not really healthy. There's science changes, facts change, things happen. What's true today may not be true tomorrow.
Very true. Science is very fluid, meaning, as you said, it could change tomorrow, it could change in a minute, just like that. But it kind of, it doesn't scare me, it just, I when I see new, I don't actually, I really don't even watch the news anymore. When I wake up in the morning, I usually take my baby girl outside to do her duty, come back inside here, make my, I have my routine. I tell Alexa, I tell her good morning. She tells me good morning back. She gives me the highlights, and then I tell her to put, jazz on, smooth jazz. It's the best calming device. It's the best. I mean, any clinic you could think of, any clinic, I don't care where it is, they'll have either smooth jazz or contemporary jazz or some kind of, moderate music playing that'll keep your,
A few years ago, I had to call a customer up to get directions, and he put me on hold, and the hold music was the Lion King soundtrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And and I was listening to I Can't Wait to Be King. And then the person answered, and I was like, "Oh, crap, can you put me back on hold? Why? They're getting a good part of the song." "You want to be on..." "Wait, what are you talking about?" I said, "You don't know what your hold music is?" "No, it's the Lion King." It's like, "Hold on, put me back on hold." "Why, just can't..." So I finished the song. They got to Hakuna Matata. And the guy answered and said, "Are you done now?" I said, "Yeah, I'm done now." "What are they playing next?" "It's Hakuna Matata." He's like, "Really? Hold on." He puts me on hold. He comes back like a minute later. "Hey, you're right. We do have the Lion King. I should just play this in my office."
Exactly.
was
I
kind
mean,
of weird.
it lifts up the morale in the business. It really does. It's
I
like, oh my God, well, you can't do that because of this and this and that. Cut the red tape, cut the copyright crap, and
well,
just enjoy
I, I,
living, enjoy
I like
working.
I liked Elton John and Tim Rice. They were a good team. So, but there's some Disney things I like. So
I like a lot of Elton John's music.
he has a new album coming out.
Does he?
Yeah, it's he recorded it with people during the lockdown, and it was all done remotely, or it was
Okay.
like, or there was occasional get-togethers where they were so. But yeah, I think the album is called Lockdown. It'll be coming out next month.
Oh, sure. I should check it out.
Yeah,
On one of my platforms. What the
yes.
heck? Why not? Maybe Alexa has it. Well, Alexa will have it, maybe.
Now, if you want to hear a good Elton John story, I'm not going to tell you the whole story because we're running out of time. But many years ago, public radio is a show called This American Life with Ira Glass,
Yeah.
and he did a show on classified ads. And part 3 of the shows, I'll send you a link to this. He talk about going through some of them. You'll see on one column, band looking for drummer, and right next to it, drummer looking for band. Oh crap, drummer looking for band.
I don't think you need to worry about branding. I really don't, or copyright infringement.
Because I've got a thing with Coke going
There.
right.
How about this one? Happy holidays. There we go. Happy holidays.
No, because these guys are my sponsors, so I shouldn't be drinking the other stuff.
Oh, there you go. Actually, that has a lot of sugar in it.
I know, but they pay well. Anyways, no.
No. Actually, I can't remember what the company's name is, but I'm actually getting 6 bottles of wine sent to me on a monthly basis, and it's close to $100. But I'm like, you know what, it's fine. So if nothing, if I can find hey, if you guys out there in Hobbyland, in YouTube land, if you guys can think of wines that have very little sugar in it, hit me up. Put a comments in the section, or put a comments in the comment section. I'd love to know some, because I'm pre-diabetic, and I prefer, I mean, even my coffee, I drink black, and any kind of soda pop I drink it diet. But please, if you guys can think of any kind of wine that has very little sugar in it, hit me up on it, or on Twitter or wherever. Twitter, YouTube, you name it. Let me know, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm getting in the mail in a couple weeks or a couple days or whatever. But I thought I'd share that with you, because I mean, I love drinking after I'm done with work, obviously.
I put the link to the program in the comment section here.
Okay.
I think you will like it.
I don't see it. Comments. Well, maybe I don't see anything. Well, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I don't see anything. Private chat?
No, comment.
I don't see anything in comments.
That should be there.
No, I don't see anything.
Why don't you look at the live feed?
I am.
No, on your tablet.
Oh, no, nothing's coming through.
You don't see where it says comments under the pictures?
No. I'll say hi there, because there. I put mine there, and nothing's coming through for me.
I see it here.
I don't see anything. Banners? No. Oh, I actually had to refresh. I see mine. Hi there.
Well,
That's all I see.
Hold on.
But I don't even see it in my in this feed.
Oh,
I don't.
that's weird because I've got it here twice. So I will do this. Oh, what's
Yeah, I
easier,
don't see anything.
sending it to your phone or sending it to your phone or to Facebook?
Send it to my Facebook feed.
Facebook.
My Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah.
The conversation with
Yeah.
Fart. There you are.
I would be really interested in it because less sugar because I imagine sugar there's a lot of sugar in wine to begin with. Thank you. Oh, the last two books I wanted to let you guys know about our cast. Whoops, hold on. Let me bring it up. There we go. Our cast.
Yes.
This book is very dense, but it's very good. Okay. It's, I'm in the 6th chapter. It's called Measure of Humanity. It is good. They're talking about different groups. And of course, when I was going to college for my associate's degree for business, we were taught, there are different types of groups. There's the middle class, there's the rich, there's the extreme wealthy,
upper class, lower class, and middle class.
Yes. And then there's poverty.
And there's 3 types of each. Yes.
It's like you learn a lot from that book. Not only that, but what's her name? Oprah Winfrey and Gail, what's her last name? Gail. Oprah Winfrey's best friend, Gail. What's her last name?
I don't follow Oprah.
Gail.
I follow Oprah.
No. I want to say Gail Roberts, but that's Robin Roberts. Gail.
Anyways, Oprah and her best friend.
Oprah Winfrey's best friend, Gail. I forget her last name. Anyway, the other book is this one.
How to Stop Time. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Tom Hazard, his last name is Hazard. He goes back between 1599 in London and the present time. And right now, Tom is literally destitute. He is running through the London streets. He actually bumped into one of those street sellers, like the only thing I can think of is bigger cities like Houston, Texas. The off-ramp, on-ramps, they actually have like these beggars or these people that are selling like, orange, produce, flowers, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. Well, that's what these people are, but in London. And he looks really nice. He's dirty, but he looks really nice. He's the upper class. And they're like, he was asking one of the sellers, he's like, well, how much is this plum? 2 shillings? Yeah, 2 shillings. I'm like, I don't have any shillings. You don't have any money at all, but look at you. So anyway, long story short, he damages her basket. All of the fruit, all of the plums just, scatter. It's like, well, you're going to have to pay for that. I have no money. I don't care. You have to pay for that. How am I going to? Well, then you're going to live with us. Younger sister, 10 years old, comes over by her sister. She's 16. And of course, according to him, he's 18 years old at this time. And they're like, well, no, you're going to come with us. You're going to pay off your dues. And when you're done with that, you can live with us, and you have to pay us 2 shillings a week or 2 shillings a month to live here indefinitely. Okay. Yeah.
Hold on, I've got to turn the air conditioning on. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
There we go.
Feel any better?
I will in a few minutes. Takes a little bit to kick in. Hold on.
So, long story short, I really like this book. It's all about time travel. So, if you guys like time travel,
Oh, speaking of
I
time
do.
travel, did you watch that movie I sent you to last time?
Remind me. Remind
Well,
me.
I'm going to just
Tell me. Remind me.
trying to. There's a Hallmark movie about a guy with a time traveling desk.
No,
You didn't? Yes, you didn't watch those.
not yet. No, I've been a little busy.
Well, stop
I'm
that.
sorry.
Hey, take an hour 45 out. You know, I thought you would.
I
I thought
need
you would have
to.
watched
I
it
need
by now.
to. No,
Good movie.
heck. Whew. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of crap with YouTube. I mean, heck, yesterday I spent I think I told you this. I spent 10 hours between condensing a half hour to 5 minutes of my week in review that I put out on Friday. And then last but not least, at 7 o'clock at night, I finally got it uploaded, which was my end of month review for August. And it's like I've got so much going. Oh, P.S. Everyone that's listening, including yourself, I'm going to take a break from my hot topics.
Okay. I was like, I thought the thing froze. Where it's like, crap, it just froze up that. So I'm gonna miss what she's gonna say next.
Now I'm
Take it
taking a
my hot
break from my
topic.
hot topics
Okay.
for a couple of reasons. I'm wearing myself out a little too thin, and based on the last video that I put on YouTube, I got 1 view. I'm like, no, I put too much work into it, too much editing into all of that information for me to just get 1 view.
Maybe you put two. Maybe I mean your others. You got a lot of view, but something about this one, it could be maybe
Well,
too much
yeah.
work.
So
Too,
I will see. I will see. But the reason why I do all this is for my pleasure as well as anybody else that's watching the videos.
yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's why I do it. I do it for fun. I do it for enjoyment. And when I put so much heart, so much emphasis, so much strategy, so much energy into these videos, and I don't get very many views, or if I get less than what I was thinking about, at least 3 or 4 views, and it's like, that's fine, 3 or 4 views, but 1 or less than 1, I'm like, what's the point? So I'm considering I'm playing with the idea of putting my hot topics on the shelf for a little bit, for the time being, because number one, I'm getting what's the word? Burned out.
Yes.
I really am. I mean, I still have my week in review. I still have my live show on Saturday, like this. This is my live show on Saturday, and at the end of every month, like yesterday, I uploaded my end of month's August review. So the end of the month up here
Yeah.
will be my end of the month September, which would be including book, audiobook, visuals, like movies, TV series, that kind of stuff that I would recommend. But as far as this book goes,
Yes.
at first I didn't think I'd like it, but my first thought is that anyone that introduces time travel or what could have been or what can be,
Yeah.
I was like, well, gee, do you have affinity for wondering what could be? You really, I mean, is that why you're writing this and putting characters and creations or creativity together because you actually wonder about it? My thought is yes.
Okay. Well, it's 10 after.
So yes, all right, yes, you're telling me bye-bye. All right. Well, anybody
No,
have a
I've-
great day.
I've-
Thank you for joining
I've-
both Scott and I.
I've got another live thing I'm going to after this.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So
Well, thank you again for joining.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm not, running around on you. I've got something else that I haven't been to in like 3 months.
That's
So
okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Because after this, I got to get dressed, and me and her have to go
Do
to
things.
Walgreens and do a couple of errands. Yes. So thank
right.
you again for watching. Have a great day. Take a little
Okay.
time to enjoy your view, and see us next Saturday.
Have a good one.
Ta-ta till then.
And I'll message you later.
About the traveling desk?
It's called the love letter. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
because
Yeah.
just because there's a few other things I want to talk to you about, so we could talk about that.
Am I in trouble?
No, not in trouble. It's just ideas.
Okay. All right. Shoot them. Shoot them
Thanks.
from the hip. Have a great day, everybody.
All right.
Bye.